Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of Imperialdramon in his Paladin mode, and this is from Digimon Digital Monsters, which I believe was Season 2 for Imperialdramon, I believe. And this particular kit was released this year being 2022 by Bandai. Now, what I forgot to mention, this is also a Figurized Standard Amplified kit, which is an extension of the previously released Imperialdramon kit. Now, despite having a coloured front, this is actually an exclusive P Bandai. Why I picked this one up, I'm not too sure, because I do have the original Imperialdramon, but I don't know, I think the whole concept of Paladin mode was pretty much just grab it anyway, and I think it is slightly different from Imperialdramon, who does have his fighter mode and his non-fighter mode, so I think there's some difference, but time will tell on that one because I will have to do a unboxing on Imperialdramon. Plus, Paladin, it was hard to say no for anyone who, well, on the off chance that anyone who knows me, who has seen me play World of Warcraft, will also know that my main is also a Paladin. So yes, it's hard to get away from that. My other tune's also a Death Knight, but hey, weird and wonderful. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Warcraft, we're here to talk about Imperialdramon. So here's the front of the box of Imperialdramon in his Paladin mode. A very impressive look. Definitely a recolor of the original Imperialdramon kit, which I believe was black and blue. But the emphasis on this will be to look more at the Paladin mode, which will be unique to this kit. So there's the front of the box. In terms of the bottom, we do have a nice array of some images. So on the left side we have Imperialdramon equipped with the Omega Blade, which is very nice looking, and then some more poses of Imperialdramon with the blade, which is very cool. He also does have some different wings. I think he has different wings, I actually can't remember now. It's the same type of wings as the original kit, or if they are different. Either, I'm not too sure, but the wings do look very impressive. That's pretty cool. So that was the bottom of the box. Side of the box is to be expected. And on top of the box we do have a front and rear view of Imperialdramon and a shot of Imperialdramon pretty much straight out of the box. So overall he actually does look on par with a more painted version of him. I think the only thing that's missing is some panel lining to bring out some of the detail, and this is just me literally scanning between the two. That may very well be it, just the panel lining to bring out some of that detail. Otherwise everything else looks fairly accurate. Pretty cool. We also have a nice little blurb about Imperialdramon's Paladin mode as well. So that is the lid of the box. Taking the lid off, what do we have inside? A number of runners is to be expected. So, in terms of the runners, well, in terms of the bags first, so 1, 2, very big bag, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runners in, 7 bags in total, which actually isn't too bad. Definitely some large wings there, so my pre-snipping method may not work very well given the size of these wings. I was also expecting them to be white. Maybe that's just me. But regardless of the fact, I will open up these bags and we will have a better look at everything that is included. And with everything now out of the bags, here we have the front of the manual for Imperialdramon. It actually, surprisingly, doesn't feel like a very big manual. And since I don't really see any staples, I think it's going to be the usual fold-out manual. So that's the front of the manual. And we do have a little blurb about Imperialdramon here at the very top. On the back, just a few more shots of Imperialdramon. And yes, the wings... Okay, in certain images, this one, the wings seem to be white, but in these ones they do appear to be silver/grey. So we do have some of those images and a blurb of the Omega Blade. There's also a color guide at the bottom. Basically white, black, blue and gold. Which now confuses me because the wings look silver. Yes, nothing but confusion galore. Yes, it is a fold-out manual to the point page that I want. It is so far buried in, it's not even funny. Yes, now that we finally found what we want. Parts list. Surprisingly, there are some X's on the parts. Just make me wonder if they're parts that have been recycled from other kits. Otherwise, yes. A good number of parts and runners. A lot of them are also large pieces. So, the box may have been big, but it's not going to feel like a very complicated build. The manual, on the other hand, is probably the most complicated thing of the entire process. Starting the build with the body, as they usually do. That's pretty standard. Quick build of the head, followed by the arms, which I suspect probably become left and right led down the track. Yes, they do. Looks like basically based on which hand you put in, we'll make it left or right. Build the waist and the tail. Go through the legs, pretty standard. Finish the legs, put the body together. So we're now moving on to some of the color pages. Do the wings, starting with the right wing, then moving to the left wing and attaching that through. Looks pretty cool. The weapon, which will have a few steps, and it looks like it will have some of those weird pet stickers as well. But surprisingly, the blade will have some detailing on it, which is pretty cool. And there does appear there will be a type of action-based connector within the bottom of the waist, as opposed to the back. So that was the very convoluted manual for Imperialdramon's Paladin mode. In terms of the inclusions, small sticker sheet, which isn't too bad. Some of it will probably be color correcting, the rest will be for some details, but yeah, it's actually not too bad. I think, was it, who am I thinking of? I've suddenly had a brain fart, but that's okay, we will move on. Someone had a really large sheet. It might have been, it actually might have been a Megamon. We do have a sticker sheet that has two blue gem effects, which is really cool. And then we also have the pet stickers, which will actually be for the Omega Blade, which may mean that the runes will not need to be panel lined, which I actually may recommend against doing, because if you plan to panel line them without using these stickers, I would recommend not using black. I'd probably use black, but I'm weird in that sense. But yeah, be interesting to see how those go. So those were the sticker-based items. In terms of the runners, we do have a few to get through. Multicolor A, pretty much white and gold. Do have some large pieces on it, some of which are nicely detailed, which is pretty cool. So A runner. We have a B runner in blue. So definitely bits of Imperialdramon's tail, hands, and probably parts of the waist. We have D1 and D2, both in gold. D2 is actually a carbon copy of probably about 2/3 of D1. So basically, that's pretty much D2, and that's pretty much D1. So we will have some bits that are unique on this part of D1, which is cool. So that is in that gold. Have two E runners, both in white, carbon copy through and through. There is some nice detailing on those pieces as well, when I'm not scratching them together to make it sound like a chalkboard. That did feel as awkward as it sounded, and it still sounds as awkward as it feels. And yeah, E's, two of them, white. Moving on. We have D1 and I take that back. F1 and F2, sorry. Surprisingly enough, the runners for Imperialdramon jump all over the place when it comes to the letters. F1 and F2, there is pretty much, I dare say, 90% carbon copy between them. F1 will have some unique parts at the top, F2 will have some unique parts at the bottom. Otherwise, bulk of the runners are exactly the same, and both in black. We have a G runner in white. Some large pieces there as well. But looking at some of that detailing, will definitely be very fun to panel line that. So that was G. We have two H runners, carbon copy, in that blue. Multicolor eye, bit of black, white, the blue, the gold. Most noticeably, the blade bits for the Omega blade. So that's the eye runner. We have a J runner, which is in silver, so this will be part of the wings. Interestingly enough, so they will have detailing on both sides, which is quite cool. That would definitely be pretty straightforward to panel line. So that's the J runner. And the last notable runner, I'm going to have it the right way up, the K runner. Two very large wings. And what do we have on the other side? It's not too bad. It's got a little bit of detailing for these, you know, the little I wanted to call tendony type sections, but I'm sure that's not correct. But there you go. K runner. And lastly we have a PC07 polycap runner in this translucent clear color. So we have some of those. And lastly, we do have a normal polycap runner, PC116, which is in grey. Don't expect all of them to get used, but hopefully a good number of them will get used. Otherwise, having spare polycaps is always a good thing. Try and do that the right way around. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of Imperialdramon in his Paladin mode. Now, because it is a P Bandai, This wasn't picked up from HobbyLink, this was picked up from somewhere else. However, I will include a link to the standard retail version of Imperialdramon in the description, as well as what I've also been doing is the retail kits for these Digimon sets over at HobbyLink Japan as well, if this particular kit is garnered any interest. There's also, at the end of this video, there'll be the playlist for all the Digimon kits as well, so feel free to have a browse if you're new to the series. Else, for those who are continuing the viewing of the series, you've probably seen some of those previous videos. This does wrap up the end of this run of Digimon kits. I do have some more still in my backlog, so there will be another Digimon series of unboxings in the future. But I do hope, hopefully this side of Christmas, to have done at least one actual review of a Digimon kit. Magnamon's probably looking to take that spot, but I guess we'll see how time goes. The intent would be to do reviews for all of them, but I don't think I'll be doing reviews of them anytime soon. But in saying that, keep an eye out. As well as keep an eye out on Instagram, as I'll mention again in a quick second. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link in the description below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in an upcoming video. See ya.